The late autumn sun spilled long shadows across the old Chicago train station. Michael stood alone on the platform, his hands buried in the pockets of a well-worn jacket. The air smelled of diesel and cold iron, sharp enough to wake old memories he thought he'd buried for good. It had been 20 years since he'd seen his father. 20 years since the night a slammed door and angry words cut their family in two. Michael had carried that wound through college, through his first job, through the birth of his own daughter. He told himself he didn't care. But when the letter arrived last week, handwritten, trembling lines that simply said, "I'd like to see you, if you're willing. Saturday, 4 p.m. Union Station," something inside him shifted. Now the clock on the far wall ticked toward 4. The train screeched in, brakes hissing, passengers spilled onto the platform, a blur of briefcases and weekend bags. And then Michael saw him. His father looked smaller than the giant of his childhood, hair silvered, shoulders bent, eyes scanning the crowd with a quiet hope that almost hurt to watch. When their eyes met, time faltered. "Michael." The voice was rougher, softer than he remembered. Michael felt the old anger stir, the nights his mother cried, the birthdays missed, the years of silence, 1,000 reasons to turn away pressed against his chest. But behind the wrinkles and the careful, hesitant stance, he saw something else, regret. A lifetime of it. His father took a step closer. "I was a fool," he said, voice barely carrying over the noise of the departing train. "I thought I'd have time to fix everything. I didn't. I can't change the past, son. But I'd like to know you now, if you'll let me." Michael's throat tightened. He remembered his own daughter waiting at home, the way she ran into his arms after school. And he wondered what it would mean to her if he stayed angry forever. He exhaled slowly. "I can't forget what happened," he said, "but I don't want to keep carrying it either." His father's eyes brimmed. "That's more than I deserve." Michael stepped forward and placed a hand on his father's shoulder. The contact was small, but it felt like the weight of decades easing just a little. The evening train pulled away, leaving only the hum of the city and two men standing side by side, no longer strangers. Not yet healed, but finally willing to begin.